Okay, 2024, it's not fair to compare. Okay, that's going to be the new slogan for this year. Do not compare your wife or your fiance to your mother. Do not compare your husband or your fiance to your father. Okay, your mother or your father is not the standard of what a woman or a man is. Okay, let me break it down for you. A lot of these men, particularly the men that I just recently heard in my brother's clubhouse, they sounded real hurt and real bitter and like just really upset, like they were dealing with a lot of trauma. Okay, and I know there are a lot of men out here that were raised by single mothers. Okay, your mom, 9 times out of 10, actually, even if she did volunteer to be a single mother, that doesn't mean she wanted to do everything by herself. A lot of these single moms have no choice. They have to do everything by themselves. Okay, they have to see to the kids, take care of themselves, make sure they make all the appointments, they have to prepare the food, go to work, like all the things, right? They have to do everything by themselves. It takes a village to raise one child. When you have multiple children, you need an even bigger village. It is challenging, rewarding, but challenging. Okay, the same goes for the single fathers that are out here doing it by themselves. Okay, just because your mom or your dad did it by themselves, that is not normal. That is not how it's supposed to be. Okay, do not assume that because your mom did everything by herself that your now fiance or wife is expected to do everything by herself and you pitch in, whenever you feel like it. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Okay, your mother had no choice. She does. She got you. She has a choice. So she's not supposed to do it by herself. Your mom was stressed out, burnt out, tired, probably had a lot of breakdowns in her car, in the laundry room, in the bathroom. She would tell you that everything's fine, everything's going to be okay, mommy's fine, because she wanted to protect you and your feelings and didn't want you to see her get emotional. But your mom was tired and she was going through it. Okay, that's not fair. That's not normal. Your mother should not have had all that responsibility, and because that's what you saw growing up, to you that is normal. The way that God intended for it to be and the way that it's supposed to be is not that. Teamwork, unison, a united front. Okay, marriage, a bond. No, it takes 2 people to raise these children. It takes more. It takes a village. But let's just start off with the 2 that made them. Okay, she should not have to do all this by herself. And the same applies to these single fathers out here too. He shouldn't have to do it by himself either. Okay, so don't compare your husband to your daddy. Your daddy probably was the greatest daddy in the world, right? But just because your daddy had, all these talents, knew how to, lay the towel on the roof, fix the washing machine, do all this maintenance and work on the cars, all the things, right? He was very much a handyman, and on top of that, he also went out and worked, and just all the stuff. Now, don't compare that to your husband. Now, what your daddy did, I'm saying is, that's one type of man. You may have a different type of man. Okay? Don't try to impose your daddy's skill sets and traits onto your husband or your fiance. He may come with a whole different set of gifts and talents that God gave him to help you guys move that mission forward. Okay? Give him credit for that. Empower him for that. Don't try to be like, well, my daddy this and my daddy that. Well, I would never have to do that because my daddy. This ain't your daddy. Okay? So, stop doing it. We have to learn that a man and a woman bring different sets of, insight, talents, gifts, whatever, to a relationship. Just because they don't possess something that you feel like they should have, don't mean you're supposed to discredit what they do have or what they do bring. Just stop. Stop. We have to learn to empower and encourage each other. And if you want to learn how to do that, there's this book that I've been reading. It's called The Bible. And It literally gives you the blueprint to everything. I really challenge y'all, because a lot of you guys that be making these arguments and making these, outlandish, comments about men and about women, I guarantee y'all, none of y'all have even read the Bible, not even one page of the Bible. Y'all probably have not even read the Bible, cover to cover. And that's my challenge for y'all this year. Just read a page a day. Pick up the Bible and just try to understand for comprehension. Don't try to just get through the Bible just to say you've read it. Really try to learn it and get closer to God, because I'm telling you, every answer to every question that you have ever thought is in that Bible. Even things that you may not have even thought of yet, those answers are in that Bible. Okay? So, that's my challenge for you guys this year. Pick up the Bible and read it. Stop comparing you guys' significant others to the people that you grew up with and grew up around. Just because that's what you saw doesn't necessarily mean that that's the only way or that it's the right way to go about a relationship. We have to seek and gain knowledge for ourselves. And the very best book that I would start with would be the Bible, because it's 100% accurate. And it's the way that God intended for it to go. It is literally a manual for how to live your life. The end.